Okay, it's a video 3, and we have this piece. Remember, we also exported from Rhino as a SAT, so I'm just going to do the same process, new conceptual mass, select the only option, and I'm going to insert the cat and the skin, for example, and say origin to origin, and say open. You don't need to explode this, but just for you to know that you can export it partially and select by pressing tab, and you can arrange some kind of a reconfiguration very easily, depending. But some elements can be definitely shifted a bit, and if you want to make kind of some arrangement, Ctrl C that and just keep it there. You should save it. I want to call it project skin here, so we have this. And remember to take all these files with you. It's almost like an XREF condition. I'm going to load it into the project. It's going to ask me, where do you want to take it? I have the other Revit family file, project base. We don't want to take it there, but you could potentially, if you want to interact one with another. I'm going to say project 1. And there you go. So it tries to place it again in that 0, 0. So I'm going to escape that, go to the side view so we have the origin point. And I'm going to just go to component, takes the latest or the last uploaded or loaded family, and you go to the 0, 0 if you want to zoom in to make sure it's there. There you go. There we have it. If we don't see it, it could be that we haven't. Let me see. We can always go to visiting graphics, walls, and check out walls, and yes, it's there. Okay. Another way of doing this idea of visiting graphics, you can just select the wall and right click, hide category. So it's the same exactly. It's unchecking the walls in the visiting graphics. You can also select the roof, right click, hide view categories, and even the current system, you can see hide view categories here. Here's what could be a little tricky. I'm going to delete that fork. It's definitely not of my interest at the moment. Even the conceptual the mass floor here, I'm going to delete it. Okay, and I'm going to leave. I'm going to also hide category of floors, which is the one that was in the bottom. And here's what happens. I have one conceptual mass and then another one. I can select them independently. So you can right click on the previous. You can actually delete it. It worked properly for what it was meant to, but you can also just keep it there as hide element. So you can work with this new family conceptual mass. Okay, good. What can we do with this? Well, the same things that we already know. Okay, it's massing entire, and I'm just going to select a couple of them. I don't recommend going very crazy with this, but you can just say, for example, current system. And again, we're dealing now with complex geometry, so I won't be surprised if I try to select this face and it says it's not working. But let's just have faith, I guess. Create system, and again, none of the elements are visible in 3D. Why this is? Because we actually hide. We hide all of the curtain wall categories. Remember? So I'm just going to say close that. I'm going to escape, and I'm going to go to visibility and graphics and current systems. Okay, there you go. It is there. It was just hidden. I'm going to Ctrl C that so we learn other ways of getting to that. How can we unhide things that we have hidden as category? We just go to the light bulb. When you press the light bulb, everything that is hidden turns on, and it's showed in magenta. If you go back and turn off the blow, you just light bulb, you come back to its original position. So again, to see everything that's hidden and turn it off. This I call it like the light to see everything. And you can do it at any time. Select something, and then right click again and unhide category. Okay, turn on, and you go back to that situation. It's exactly the same as going to visibility and graphics. Good. This is our option. We can actually duplicate this one, and we can call it option 2. Why not? So now this current grid system is called option 1. This could be changed entirely without affecting the other one, because if it was the same option, it would be changing both. So be careful about that. You can add like as many as you want here. Okay. Obviously, it starts getting heavy, and you might even have a situation where some things have to be deleted and reconfigure or replaced. Let me see if it works. It might not even work. I went a bit ambitious with this number of divisions. Again, what it's doing is in the while recalculating the number of panels, it's telling you, well, you're affecting so many panels that some of them are going to have to be deleted, replaced, renamed, etc. So it could be again like a bit of a tough change that I did here, but let's see if it works. If it doesn't, I'll just cancel and probably make a smoother change. Let me see, because another thing we could do is just edit type, say none here, none, so we get rid of those mullions. Then we can place them again afterwards. Okay, no mullions, everything is grids. I'm gonna select the top, edit type, and let's see if I can change just the number to a smaller, like 10 and 20. Let's see if it works now. There you go. Oops, 20. It's probably wiser to actually get rid of the mullions, so you're not actually bothering that too much, and adding them afterwards. Let's say here 15. There you go. It's probably a bit too dense. Say 15 here. Though the more denser the nicer it's going to be this curve, as you can imagine, and then you can select edit type and add the mullions afterwards. What other things can we change in the current grid? You can just say current panel and says none right now. You can say empty panel if you only want the mullions. Okay, that will just not have the glass there. You might want to have like a division of mullions only, and then you can just start adding these elements. Let's say we want to have as we had before. It's going to take time, so many mullions there. Okay, good. Let's imagine we want to select another of the faces and say wall. It always asks you to save. I actually recommend saving the project often, unlike I'm doing now. Just going to call it project 713, and you should use dates and like keep track of your when were you working the last time. It's going to call it 1 for now. Okay, I'm going to use this massing inside wall. I'm going to select a thin partition wall, such as the interior partition 3.5, and I'm going to select this face. And again, it's telling me, well, be careful, your category of walls is just unhidden. So I'm going to go to wall and check that so we can see the walls. There they are. And I'm going to just also select, I don't know, like a brick. Well, that would be a little weird, but why not concrete, generic 8. By the way, generic term doesn't mean it's concrete, so you can always edit the type. Duplicate generic 8, let's say concrete, for example, and you can even make it 6 inches. So the question is how we can duplicate and create our own walls. Again, edit, say a preview of what's going on, and you can just change here this to any dimension, and here click the material that you wish to have there. So you can search concrete. You say cast in place. Could be a precast, it's a huge one, but that would be with small modules. So again, the selection of your materials in Revit is not so much how look or not look they are to the rendering option. It does matter in that regards, but it's also how they're constructed. This is the power of Revit. Okay, I'll say automatically incorporates the pattern. Say okay, generic wall, face interior, exterior. I'm going to say exterior, so it goes towards the interior. And I'm going to select that face, and there you go. Okay. I have another one here. I could actually just leave it. I don't want to do too many of them. Or I could actually just eliminate this one and then create that wall in concrete for the other one for whatever reason. Okay, good. Let's do one thing. Let's select this element, go to the glass, the sunglasses that I called, and I'm going to say isolate element. This is a good strategy to work with how to hide and unhide elements in a more quick way. So I can say isolate element so I can have only the massing. And I'm going to use a couple floors here. I'm going to say mass floors. And I'm going to select that level 2. And there's the mass floors. And I can actually go to floor and select the floor, create floor. Obviously we don't see it because we're in isolation mode. So I'm going to say reset here. I'm going to select my conceptual mass and I'm going to right click, hide category. If it doesn't, again, it's because it has this toggle condition, so I can turn it off for a moment. And I cannot turn it off because I need the face to create that floor. So I can just go to floor, say, select the type of floor, like say concrete light width. That was 5 inches. This is 3 plus 2 of the metal deck. Select this and create floor. Okay, now I'm gonna go to mass inside, turn off, right click, hide category, and there you go. So now the toggle works well. Okay, good. Let me see what happened with the walls. Sorry, the floors. Floors are unchecked, so I'm gonna check them to see them, and there they are. Okay, good. I think we're having fun with this. So let's go and try to play with the next model to incorporate some other elements there. So I'm gonna go, first of all, just remember every time you double click, you're adding a new window. So if I do WT, it shows all of the windows of the project. So just be careful because adding too many could even slow down the processor. You just cannot move between files so easily. So I normally use this element, close window, hidden windows. And if I do WT, it shows me 3 only, which is again my project scheme. I'm gonna close it. And my project base. So right now I only have one view of the project I'm dealing. I recommend obviously saving here and there. I'm gonna say new conceptual mass, select the mass, and insert my latest void origin to origin here. Again, you can select and explode, so you can tap and start changing some elements if you want to have them slightly moved for whatever reason. Okay, I'm gonna load it into the project. I only have one project, not going to ask me. It tries to open it in the same window. I'm going to escape that because I don't have the origin point. Good, we lost here a window. Who knows how that happened? So under architecture, sorry, view, you can go to user interface and check on the whatever elements that you have lost here. Okay, I'm going to go to the side view. I'm going to go to architecture, component, and snap there. Okay, if we don't see it again, it's most probably because, you know, oh, it's actually there. So it starts becoming a bit tough, you know, to read so many conceptual masses at the same time. You're welcome to save and save as whatever other name and start eliminating some of your conceptual mass, or you just be good at right clicking and hide elements. So for whatever element you might want to consider just hiding and so, okay, or you can also start hiding, you know, other walls that you're not working with, or, you know, it's a little bit tricky, but I think that's a great exercise for you to use both the hiding and isolating options and the right clicking option and the visibility and graphic options. No? What you could do is just for now isolate this one, so you can just select the glass and isolate element so you can see some of the faces that you can work with. No? Good. I think again, this is not that different from other operations. Here I'm going to try to do another floor so we can work with several floors. For example, I'm going to select, say, mass floors, and it gives me 3 levels. So what if I go to elevations and I play a bit more with the levels? Now I'm going to go to architecture levels, and I'm going to select one in the middle here, level 4, and then another one here. Okay, again, you can go DI and start placing dimension to see what you're doing, so it's a good number there. And I can go to my 3D, select element, mass floors. I know level 1 is just the basic one. Level 2, 3, 4, and I'm not gonna do 5. Although I could, so I'm gonna go back to elevation and I'm gonna create another level here. Why not? Just very nearby, like 1 feet underneath. Kind of doesn't make sense, but you could actually create a weird ceiling there or something. And again, I'm gonna select here, mass floors, and I'm gonna say okay, all those levels. It gives me a mass floor, just in between. It's almost like a contour in Rhino. And again, you could just very easily go to either floor by face or mass inside, floors by face, select the floors, and select all of the floors and say create floors. Okay, so if I go back, reset, we obviously have a huge monster here that we need to start designing how this works. Let me hide this. By category, we need to decide where is the floor, where is not, what do we do with, how can we reconfigure some of the walls, how can we make openings, how can we place the stairs, etc., etc. So that will be in the next video.